Welcome to the Deeper Into Movies podcast. My name is Stephen T. Hanley. I'm the founder and lead curator of Deeper Into Movies. We are a pop-up cinema based in London and New York. Today I am joined by the directing duo Danny and Michael Philippou, who have made the horror film of the year. It's called Talk to Me. It's out in the UK by Altitude. A24 bought it for the States. And this film fucked me up. It was just so good. As I told the guys, I came in and I was just like, new A24 horror film. Sure, it's a free ticket. I've got to go. I brought Ali from the team and it freaked us out. It was deeply fucking disturbing. Really great work. And I fucking love these guys. They're so talented, so excited about cinema, so happy to be doing what they're doing, and just so pure. And when you listen to the pod in a minute, you'll hear what I mean. Just really cool guys. And it's just refreshing to hear people who are so gassed and excited and hyperactive to be making movies. Just before I start the pod, our listenership has gone crazy. So hello to all you new listeners. And I'm so bad at plugging myself, but if you can like and subscribe and give us a rating if you enjoy the pod, apparently this really helps. And the bigger the pod gets, the bigger the guests get. All 40 odd episodes are free to listen to. Scroll back, there's loads and loads of great filmmakers who have joined us on the pod. Okay, that's it from me. Here is me and Danny and Michael. Hey guys, how are you?
We're good. How are you?
I'm good. Let's start at the beginning. What did you guys grow up watching? What movies had a real effect on you in your teens?
Well, watching movies way before our teens. We had our dad's friend Jenny would take us to watch all the MA15 plus movies that were in the cinema. So she would take us to all the horror films that we weren't supposed to be watching. So our first horror film that we watched in the cinema was Freddy vs. Jason. And then it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. So that was like our era when we grew up. So when we were about 9 to 10 years old, we're watching those films in the cinemas. And I think the first film that really had an effect on me was Alien 3 was the first thing that I watched when I was like 6 or 7. And I was watching it because my aunties are watching it. And I remember that scaring the shit out of me. But yeah. Well, yours was Texas Chainsaw Massacre probably in the cinema.
Yeah, I guess it's the same thing as you.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
But I think I remember Evil Dead having a big effect on me, just how bloody it was, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember that like sticking with me for whatever reason.
I just remember getting our grandpa to buy us all the R-rated DVDs because he didn't know any better. So we would always get him to buy us everything we wanted.
Yeah, all the adult stuff because he didn't speak English. We're like, get that one, and then he'll get it, and then he'd get told off.
But yeah, it was like, especially exploring and finding really violent anime was a thing as well, where there was all these animes that were like R-rated and MA at the time, and we'd never seen cartoons like that. So we'd always get my grandpa to buy those too. So they had a big impact on us as well.
Did you guys have Legend of the Overfiend over there?
Which one was that?
Legend of the Overfiend?
No, I haven't heard that one.
That's the most like offensive, disgusting manga anime ever. Is when it was like ultra violence and hentai porn all merged together.
Oh, okay.
And it's notorious. Way worse than Ninja Scroll. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This one was so shocking. And it was.
What's it called?
Just type in Legend of Overfiend.
Oh, we're going to check it out.
I
know Australia was very strict on what they allowed in the country. So
the Samurai X OVA was so freaking graphic. We love the Samurai X as well. The OVAs of Rurouni Kenshin.
This totally adds up when I watch how fucked up your film is. And then with your childhood, this totally corroborates. So tell me about when I click on your names on Wikipedia and it takes me to your YouTube page. How did you start that and start making films together and getting noticed?
Well, yeah. We were making stuff all the way through our teen years. And then once we sort of finished school, we had this series that we were doing with all our close friends. And we did it from 13 to 18. We had 10 seasons of this show and 80 episodes. We had 6 movies. We're doing the 6th and final film for this series, but everyone was really outgrowing it and like getting girlfriends, getting jobs, and no one wanted to spend their weekends making it anymore. And so we had to find another way to be creative. And by that time, we were sort of volunteering on film sets and just trying to get our foot in the door in the industry. And I started making just like fake fails on the internet, which is like me pretending to stick a knife on a toaster and the toaster blowing up and things like that. And those videos were going really viral and ending up on like Jimmy Kimmel, Conan O'Brien. And then a friend who had a YouTube channel, really pushed us to make Raka Raka and have a YouTube channel where we could put everything, upload it so everyone knew the source of it and where it came from. And it just quickly became our jobs, and it quickly became a way for us to really sharpen our skills as filmmakers.
So how are you making, I sound such an old person, how are you making money from YouTube and the internet and funding these projects and sustaining yourselves?
To begin with, we weren't, because we refused to monetize. So you can put ads on videos.
Yeah.
There's pre-rolls. But at the beginning, because we weren't doing it for money, we're like, we're not going to monetize. And we thought that people would think we're cool for that. But everyone's like, what are you doing? And then, so when we got to 1 million subscribers, we monetized, and that allowed us to do the videos. And then we did a lot of stuff for like game brands and things like that. So they were able to fund the biggest stuff that we did. And we'd save up for the bigger videos.
But we'd constantly just like be putting all our money back into the videos. So we never were like,
yeah, whatever money we got given, we'd always put a bunch more to like make the video even better. So we're like constantly broke.
Yeah.
Even with the film, we reinvested our fees back into the film.
That's what I was thinking when you were saying your friends started, growing up and moving on to do grown-up shit. But I guess you do need to start that unwavering belief in what you're doing and it going somewhere.
Well, like when we did a media course, and the teacher told us on the first day, 2% of you are going to work in the film industry. Everyone else isn't. And we're like, okay, then, great. All right.
What scarier was our lawyer when we reinvested our fees into the movie. He's like, don't do that. You're never going to see your money again. We're like, well, the film could be successful. You never know. And he's like, 8% of Australian films get their budget back, make the budget back. So there's like, yeah.
But like for us, it's like, it's just what we've always loved doing, like ever since as long as I can remember. So it's like I couldn't imagine doing anything else, and we're never able to hold down normal jobs. And
even if it's going to make the film even like 1 or 2% better by putting that money into it, then it's like have it. Like we want to make it the best it could possibly be.
And what I loved about your movie is, looking back, you set up the premise so confidently, and then you just jump right into it. The backstory is very minimal, but I was thinking back to my friend made those Creep movies, Patrick Price, and the whole conceit is he puts on this kind of horror store mask, and that's it, and it's really scary. And I was saying to him, you're really taking a risk, so you got to believe the mask really quickly and get behind it. And it was similar to you guys, that you got to believe the embalmed hand, and that's it. The movie either will work or fail based on if you believe the concept and conceit. So I was just wondering, you guys exited so confidently. How did you jump into that?
We knew that we didn't want to get bogged down in the mythology of it. Like we have a really, really massive, thick, dense mythology bubble, which breaks down all the rules. It breaks down all the spirits that are connecting with everyone, the history of the hand. But like it's always that part of the film that I sort of switch off in when they start doing the researching. And they're going to the libraries, or they're talking to the experts. Like I always switch off for those part of the films. And so like I knew that we really wanted to have the kids be in over their heads, not really understand what they were messing with, and only have clues about what this thing is and where it came from. And the rules are rules that the kids made up. They're not necessarily the rules that work. So we just wanted the kids to be in over their heads.
I think also like having that big, thick backstory, when you do see the hand, I feel like it comes with kind of a weight to it that feels like it's had like a history.
Yeah.
So maybe, I'm not sure. Like for us, it was like we never questioned, that it's like that it's going to come in with a bang. We're going to put him right in the center of this world. So I think it's a great thing with the actors as well to be able to pull it off believably. Like everyone in that party scene and the performances just really helps.
It really is just a little flimsy.
It's our production designer's hand.
Yeah, because it does totally feel like just some fucked up party trick that kids would get into. It's almost like when you see someone pull out a Ouija board at a party. That's the point where I'm like, fuck this, I'm out. But all the kind of edgelords are like, yeah, let's go for it. And it totally just does feel like a...
Yeah, we just wanted to have our own Ouija board, our own mythological horror item. So
and have it current as well. Like, what would kids be doing with it if it was a real thing? And I think that's exactly what would be happening. You know?
I mean, I think I'm a bit like I would be filming it and using it. To be honest with you, I would be so addicted to using that damn thing.
Yeah, that was one of the really creepy parts of it. That there was this kind of almost addictive lure to it. That the possession is kind of an endorphin and intoxicating in its own way.
Yeah, we just wanted to represent. It represents many things, but one thing it represents are just vices in general, and any sort of addiction that you can grab onto it and use as a crutch. So yeah, we just wanted that and to represent all that.
And how do you know when a scary scene is working on set? How do you know that's going to hit?
You can sort of see it on the frame and the makeup and in the blocking. Like
that's the good thing about practical effects. Is like you have something there real to react off of. You know, when we bring the spirits in and things like that, everyone's like, oh wow, like it's not just something where magic. So it's like it looks so amazing in camera. So doing as much in camera as possible really works.
Yeah, and then rolling on it and then finding the frame in the moment. Where it's like, oh, move it here, go to the left, change that, pan it over here. Like you can just try and find those really gold moments. And you only need a little bit of them. You don't need to linger on things.
And what is your dynamic together? I'm always curious of directing duos.
Really physical and violent.
Fist fight, whoever wins is the direction we're going to go in.
Okay, so you have like a little, like an MMA kind of outside, like Joe Rogan, like.
That's right, some UFC. No, so Danny's usually the main voice on set. We have the same overall vision. So if I have direction that differs from like his, I'll let him know first, and we can try a take like that. But usually Danny's the one voice on set, and then also we split things up with
post-production.
Like I focus more with the sound effects and the music, like with those departments, and Danny would be with the VFX and the color and things like that. So we're able to deviate things, except for the editing, because our poor editor, we came to the set, he's sweet to edit, and I had an edit of the entire film. Danny had an edit of the entire film, and he had an edit of the entire film. So we had to go through and see which one tells the best overall story, cohesively. So it was like going through each one and seeing
finding the best moments.
Yeah.
You edit it all separately?
Well, yeah, we both got laptops, we both edit, and I shoot and I edit in my head while I'm shooting. So I'll be like, oh, that's cool, I need that there. And then when we're going to bump out of the location and we can't go back there, we'd stay up all night and edit after set, or we'd be editing on set to start putting it together and making sure we got all the pieces that we need for the puzzle, because there was no budget to go back and get them later.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember there was that really funny story when they were making the movie Performance with Donald Cameron and Nicholas Rogan. They thought, great, Warner Brothers were like, maybe duo directors are the way forward, because Nick does all the technical in-camera stuff. Donald works with the actors, and they had these big studio meetings of like, duo directors are the way forward to have a really efficient shoot. And then they brought the movie back, and it's all got this fucking satanic imagery, and I think there's possibly some real sex in the movie and crazy violence, and they're like, yeah, never again.
Oh my God.
I do think duo directors kind of, if you have that same pure overall vision, I feel like it's a bit of a cheat code, because a film is such a mammoth task to tackle. I couldn't imagine doing it completely by myself. Of course, you have a massive team, like a great team around you of collaborators, but for directing, just having one person oversee everything, I feel like it's good to be able to kind of, take the pressure off a bit and kind of split up a little bit in there. But we have the same overall vision. So it's, I could be doing stuff and then show Danny, and then he can give notes while he's doing, like I could do the it's like a good back and forth, I feel.
Well, it feels like you guys have got like the twin tuition going on, but I know a lot of Safdie brothers argue like fuck on set. It gets really heated, and then they'll reset and move forward.
We always argue over text where no one can see it.
Okay.
Well, shit, if it's happening, I'm fucking yelling next time.
So, what movies were you watching for inspiration for this movie?
There's like, in terms of like genre dipping and tonal swaps, like Memories of Murder, Bong Joon-ho, watched a lot of Exorcist, Let the Right One In, The Return, films like that, just with atmosphere and character, and like having the horror be based in reality and not let it feel too extreme or too elevated. Like we just wanted it to feel as realistic as possible.
Yeah, we had great HODs as well. Like every weekend we'd get together and watch films and then look at the rushes and then talk about what's coming up. So it was like we were on like 24/7, which was awesome. We had an awesome team with us.
Yeah.
I guess your YouTube channel was just a clear calling card as to what you can do. How long from conception to shooting?
Yeah. Well, it was like putting it together and attaching producers first before anything. So we did shop it around Hollywood, and everyone said no. We went back to Australia. We teamed up with Causeway, which are producers. Started putting together the funding independently, and then a studio offer did come in. But again, they were trying to deviate our vision a little bit and maybe made the film feel a little more typical, like the notes that we're getting. So we were scared of going with them. So we decided to go full independently and then like raise the money ourselves and like with Screen Australia, SAFC, and then put the funding together like that. And then pretty much you make the film and then you hope to sell it afterwards. So like we made the film and then we took it to Cannes Film Market, and off of the promo reel alone, we started pre-selling all these territories. Like our producer couldn't believe it. She's never had it before in her career, that all these territories wanted it. So she pre-sold just about all the world just off of the promo reel, and we held off on the US distribution to see if we could get into a film festival to try and get a bigger distribution. And yeah, we got into Sundance and Berlin and South by Southwest, which is where A24 saw it. And there was a bit
They saw it at Sundance.
They saw it at Sundance, yeah. And then it was there that like there was a bit of a bidding war that happened with some of the studios, and we ultimately decided to go with A24.
Holy shit, that's incredible.
Yeah. It was the whole like we don't.
Sundance was because when we made the movie, because we walked away from the guaranteed theatrical from the studio, we didn't know, we just made a movie that we liked and we thought was good, and like we didn't want our creative vision taken away from us by like a studio. So we didn't know what the reception was, what people were going to think.
And
about
also,
it.
we didn't even know this side of the business. Like, we didn't know that you had to sell films or how anything worked. We was like, they're like, this is your sales agent. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, and they're saying all these things like, oh, this person's a bit like,
I'm like, dude,
but A24 was cool.
I'm like, A24 is cool. Whatever that offer is, give me that one. Like, it was just like
A24. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even now, this whole like marketing thing and that, us, it's creative with like making a film and a story, and everything that goes into that. As soon as the film's finished, like the edits locked and all that, it's like all this other stuff. And this is because you went from, we've been on set for films, but what happens after films finish? We're used to YouTube on that front, where it's just post it. And that's it.
Yeah, we have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah, this is like the really sophisticated version of just upload your file.
Yeah.
With like like when you upload it scheduled, it's going to be next Tuesday, but that's pretty complicated. It's in July.
Yeah.
That's amazing, you guys. But I kind of think the passion for the project and the naivety of the business it's pretty won so much in your favor.
Yeah.
Almost, it kind of reminds me when I used to play poker with my friends, and I half know how to play, so I have no my poker face is confusion, and people can't get a read on me, and I'm just winning bank, but it's because I don't fucking know what's happening, and I'm here for it, and it's almost like it's the $1 million stakes of that, of just like, put back in our money into the film and let's see where it goes. And
well, that was the thing, is like with the money stuff, like now we have a team around us that like looks after that stuff because we're really bad with money. It's like if there's money, it's going straight to the videos and the movies.
We had no money. We like couldn't even fill up our car. We're like couldn't fill it up all the way. We looked at each other like, oh my God, we are broke. Like it was like we have to figure out a way to get the set.
But it's like I don't know, like that stuff's just like we're doing what we love. So it's like there's nothing else I'd rather be doing with all the money in the world or whatever. It's like, you know, we want to be making movies, and now we've got a cool team around us that like, you know, makes us protects us from ourselves. Maybe I don't know.
yeah. Start getting a pension plan together, guys. Start saving something back. What do you want to do next? Have you got plans? Have you got things in the works?
There's so much stuff in the works. We've got so many ideas, but there is one script that I finished called Bring Her Back, which is another horror film, and I'd love to do that next. It'd be so amazing. But we'll see.
But that one may be next. But yeah, we've been working on a bunch of stuff. Like the YouTube stuff, we're able to get all the little ideas out of our head.
Yeah.
But we have 30 years of the big ideas, like films.
Oh God, yeah.
Boiling up. Like we're ready to go.
Yeah, I'm so hungry to just do another one. I'd love to share it. So cool.
You guys really need your kind of Robert Rodriguez Troublemaker Studio type of setup in Oz.
Yeah, we're going to keep rolling about.
Well, you know, I think like we have people that are interested in what we're doing next, which is awesome. And then A24 is so supportive and they're awesome as well. And like they're keen to do, you know, things. So it's like, we want to shoot this year. So
but it depends on who knows.
Yeah,
casting, contracting.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, again, it's a big thing. Like us, let's do it. It's not a YouTube video. It takes time.
Yeah, I guess that's the great thing. Well, that's the great thing about being DIY for so long is it kind of reminds me when I was shooting stuff in uni and stuff, and I was like, oh, it's going to be a few days. I'm like, we can knock this out in a fucking hour. I've been doing this shit on camcorders like all my life. It's really not that deep. Watch.
Exactly.
I need to wrap up, but guys, your film really fucked me up. I was so surprised as how terrifying it was. Because I went in knowing nothing. I got the email for like new A24 horror film. But holy fucking shit, I was traumatized. It was spectacular work.
Oh my God.
Even to the point, I was with Ali from the team and we're in a fancy screening room where there's like big couches between everyone. And so you didn't have that kind of moment that when it's squished together in a cinema. And I was looking over like, I'm terrified. This is so
I look over down the road.
Yeah, literally like, I wish you were nearer. I was like, it really fucked me up. Amazing work.
That's so cool. Yeah, we're so glad you liked it.
We're loving the, it's nerve-wracking doing the screenings, but also watching it with a big audience when they're into it is amazing.
Yeah.
Because you know the bits that are coming, you know, and it's like, being in the back of the crowd, watching people react to it is great. It's so much fun.
Yeah, you guys already, it reminded me of like Exorcist 3 level scary or Jacob's Ladder and stuff. All the really ones that have deeply traumatized me.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you.
I'm happy and I'm sorry, but also happy that we're not.
No, it was great. I'm dead inside. It was great to come out and think, wow, things can really still fuck me up. That's really refreshing in the genre movies that something can really come out and still mess you up and have images in your head that you're thinking about for days and stuff. So incredible work.
So glad you liked it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to leave you to it. Guys, you're amazing. I love your energy. Please keep up the amazing work.
And we'll do an interview again next time.
Anytime. I could chat to you guys for ages.
Awesome, man. Sweet. Cheers. Thank you.
Take care. Boom. That was me with Danny and Michael. Talk to Me is out now. Go see it. Thanks for listening. Thanks to Joshua Eustace, aka Telephone Tel Aviv, for my beautiful music. And we will speak soon.